Hey, the Brocanics are back and we are working on the Zeus today.
One of Kevin's many bikes.
Yeah, sorry, I got a couple of bikes.
Just a couple.
Stay
More
tuned.
than me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and thanks for stopping by. Hey, we are back in Bernie's garage. What's up, Bernie?
What's up?
And today, I guess this is another example of make lemonade out of lemons.
We're stalling time.
Because we still don't have parts. We don't have parts. The Skyway we can't work on the Skyway.
Cannot.
But I have something else that we can work on, which I thought is pretty cool, and I think you guys are gonna like. We are actually gonna be putting on new grips onto the Zeus. And while grips by themselves are not an exciting thing,
Yeah.
we think this pair of grips you're gonna find interesting. These are actually a pair of suspension grips. So they're supposed to provide some sort of, I don't know.
Cushion?
Cushioning is a good word.
Yeah.
Between your hands and the handlebar. And they're actually meant, I think, more for like motorcycles,
Yeah.
mopeds.
Motorcycle bike.
And I thought, you know, with the Zeus bike, because it's an e-bike and it doesn't have any suspension, it's a rough ride. If you're going over 20-something miles an hour and you're hitting bumps, your whole body feels it. And I thought, this might be a pretty good upgrade
There you go.
for the Zeus. So we're going to work on that today. Yeah.
Let's do this.
Before we do that, though, we want to shout out. I mean, you can kind of see our shirts. Check out my nice little diamond back, and we got one for Bernie and his hutch. These are shirts from one of our viewers, our subscribers. This guy named Stefan. He actually has a bunch of designs on TeePublic. So if you guys are interested in like, he has a whole bunch of different types of shirts that has different types of bikes in them. We saw a bunch of SE bikes,
Yeah, SEs.
Skyway, Hutch, Diamondback. He has a bunch of them. And so they kind of just look like this, right? They got the bike on it. Diamondback was one of my first BMX bikes as a kid. Absolutely love that. I got a Hutch one for Bernie for Christmas. So this is my Christmas present to Bernie because I thought he would get a kick out of the Hutch. And you can find him on TeePublic. What was his name on TeePublic?
Was I supposed to remember that part?
No.
Good.
Putting you on the spot when you never know you're going to be on the spot. Oh, shoot. Dang it. See, I had it in my head when we started the video.
Yeah, he did, and you told me about it.
And I told you what it was.
Yeah.
And it was...
Guys, time out.
New Tech.
There you go.
Nutek on TeePublic. Go search it up. I will put a link in the description below if you want to pick up a couple of shirts. I went in there, I bought a couple, and they're awesome. And the shirts weren't expensive. They're they're kind of more of that softer type of material.
Yeah, nice
And
this shirt.
it looks good. Like
It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to touch you, but
Yeah. Oh, I'm out. No, it feel good though. Yeah,
it is, right?
is,
It's
yeah.
a comfortable shirt.
It's
lightweight. It's not one of those like really cheap shirts that's really heavy. You know, you can get like those really cheap, really heavy cotton shirts. This is not it. This is it's more light. It's
good for bike riding.
Yeah, and I thought, yeah, let's go support, you know, somebody who supports us. So
Yeah.
if you guys want to check him out, go check him out. I'll put the link in the description below. One other guy I want to shout out, and this is another friend of ours, this guy Todd, and he has a new website. And this guy bit the BMX bug harder than you and I combined.
Oh my God.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Right?
To the max.
So Todd and I have been like just emailing. He watches the videos. He's been to my website. He sent me a bunch of emails. I even talked to him on the phone the other day. and he actually created a new business where he's building bikes, and he has a bunch of them for sale. And I'm gonna put the link to his shop below, and I think his was called BMX. Oh shoot! I'm sorry, Todd. I had it in my head, and I forgot about that. Right? We were looking at it too. BMX Dream Bikes. I'm sorry, Todd. BMX Dream Bikes. I will put it in the description below. Go check him out. He has a bunch of bikes for sale. You know, I thought I was bad when I bit the bug. I bought like 2 bikes within a matter of a month. Right? I bought the Big Ripper and I bought the Monster Quad. Todd has 14 bikes. So he has been awesome with helping, just suggestions, and he's bought a bunch of Skyways, and he even said, here's my cell number. If you and Bernie are ever in the middle of a build and something goes wrong and you're not sure what to do, call me. I'll be happy to help you. So just wanted to send a shout out to Todd.
Mahalo.
Go check out his website, and I think that's it. That's it for our shout outs. But awesome shirt, Stefan.
Yeah, good job.
Go check him out, New Tech on TeePublic, and go check out Todd at his website with his awesome builds. Okay, but let's go and let's get started. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna take off. These are the actual grips that came with the Zoos. They're kind of like a what do you call this?
The mushroom ones.
Like a mushroom type of a grip.
Yeah.
We're gonna take these off and we're gonna show you this thing called Rev Grips. Okay. I'll also put a link in the description below where you can pick these up. They're not cheap though. These are the most expensive grips I have ever bought in my life. These guys were 90 bucks.
See, that's why I broke Canics.
Yeah, broke Canics. I act like I have money. I don't, right? But I wanted to try this out. These are made for mountain bikes, BMX, ATV, and so it's supposed to like make a real difference in, you know, I guess comfort when you are riding. So we're gonna try these out. Okay. Okay, so Bernie's gonna be wrenching. I'll be doing the camera work, and here's what we're gonna do first. We are going to be taking off the grips, but to get the grips off, we got to loosen up some of the components that are on the handlebar. So we got the disc brake, we got the power controller, and then I have a mirror that we're going to all just kind of like loosen and try to push down that way. This side has just the disc brake and the throttle, and so we're just going to loosen those things up. You just need a set of Allen keys, and that's how we're going to get started.
And your eyeballs.
And your eyeballs.
And some
Make sure you
alcohol.
got the right ones.
And yeah. And
if we had the air compressor on, we could probably blast that thing off, but that sucker's loud.
Yeah. And then you got to wait 7 minutes for the thing to fill up.
Yeah.
So, and that's still loose. And
we did move the bike to get better light because we are losing some light.
Yes,
this evening.
Working in the dark. Action. Let's put this guy down here. That should be good, yeah?
Yeah. Just gotta slide things over just so that we can kind of get access to that grip, yeah?
Yeah. Small kind. Okay. Move this guy down here.
All right, yeah, that's good. That'll give us access to the grip. I think what we're gonna do is shoot some alcohol in there, and that's Bernie's tried and true method of getting that done.
Heck yeah.
We got his little. Okay, I was like, what the heck is this metal piece, right? And then when Bernie told me what that was, I was like, oh my God. Like, how did you get that little shim? And he's like, oh, where's that from?
The windshield wiper blade.
Windshield wiper blade, yeah. You know when you get windshield wipers and you replace them? That's the little support that's in there.
Yeah.
So this is Bernie's tried
Recycle.
and true method, right? You just put a little shim in there, so that the alcohol can get in, and then just kind of work the grip off.
Yep.
And I know some of the bike shop guys are gonna be like, man, you could have easily just took a air compressor to that. And yeah, we could. But
Had I known
again,
that.
oh yeah.
Well, you never told me.
I I didn't even know that it had like bar ends in there.
Dude.
Would have been easier for you to pull that sucker off.
Right? I'm like, what is this?
Why is it so hard? Sorry, I didn't even know that the bar ends are on there.
Dude, you set me up, homie. Set me up. Well, let's see.
Oh, you're gonna try to do it from that way?
I don't know. We try any kind of way.
Try any kind of way.
Try them way.
Try them. Use some muscle. This one might be a little bit harder.
We're going backwards.
Yeah, you might have to get in the other way.
I'm determined to get it this way. Fine.
Okay, we're gonna have to loosen those things up. We tried. It was a valiant effort. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And again, yeah, an air compressor would have been fast to pop that thing off, but yeah, you would still have to loosen this up anyway because you'd still need to get the air compressor in that tiny little space.
You know, if I wasn't lazy, if I do this, which is what we gotta do, right? But hey, I think that is a different size.
It's a different size for the throttle. Interesting.
I think so.
I thought we had all the right ones, and then the throttle threw us a curve.
Yeah. See, Kev, I like to actually get in there and see what's going on. And this is not the size. So perhaps not too big.
Too big?
Give me the smaller ones. Yeah. Just try that. This is the guy.
That's the one.
That's the guy.
Right? That's the
Yeah.
guy. Like your Instagram
Like
name.
my Instagram.
You guys want to follow Bernie on IG? As the guy.
As the guy.
All right, now.
Now is the moment
Now
of
that
truth.
sucker's gonna work.
Now it is.
Guaranteed.
Yes. Yeah. Without all the noise of the compressor, we just bust out some
Shoot
alcohol.
that sucker in there. Work that alcohol around there. Look at that.
Voila. And look, I never struggled.
2 shakes. Wasn't even hard because the bar end was already out.
My goodness.
My
Buddy.
bad. My bad on that. Sorry, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure.
All right. So let's take a look.
Yeah. Come over here, buddy.
Let's do it here.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at these Rev Grips so that you guys can kind of see what it is that we're talking about. So I found these guys online. I don't even remember how. I think they might have showed up in my Instagram feed. And you know how, I don't know, Instagram knows what you're into. And so they start feeding you stuff that you might be interested in. And these guys caught my eye. So basically, here's the unboxing. Comes with a sticker. So you got a little Rev Grips sticker and a set of instructions. You have a bag of
goodies,
shims and parts and stuff. We're going to be using those. And then you have the grips. And I went with the Pro Grips. The Pro Grips allow you to kind of like customize and choose your colors of your kind of like your end pieces. And since on the Zoos, I got the red Night Bike Company stem, I thought, let's stick with the black and red, and so that's why I went with that, okay? So basically you have the grip, and then it has these pieces, and then you're gonna have some of these parts that are gonna go inside of that. So why don't we take those out? We can show everybody what that looks like.
What get in the goodie basket?
Okay. So basically, you have these dampeners, kind of like these. They're almost like springs in a sense. And there's 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
And then you have these 4 washers, and there's 4 black, and there's 4 kind of like a whitish clear.
Or spacer.
Spacers. And basically, you can set how much suspension or how much feel you want these grips to have. And you can go from a firm grip all the way to a soft grip. And they recommend you starting in the middle, in the medium. And so that's what we're going to do today. So the first step is to install these little screws onto each piece. And so we'll take this one out as well.
According to
the directions.
Instructions.
And you just want to put them in there. You don't need to put them in really tight. You actually, they recommend not tightening this like this. If you look here, I don't know if you can kind of see this, but they recommend not, if this is tight all the way, it's not good.
Yeah.
So you want them open. You want to have them, you just want to have them in there. Just so
you want the good gap.
You want the good gap.
Not the bad gap.
Not the bad gap. Correct.
See, like these are all good gaps.
Yeah. And it looks like they gave us an extra one.
In case I lose them in the garage.
Extra one? That is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice of them.
I know, yeah, right? In case, you know, you're drinking the water from my house and then... You know.
Okay, so the next step is we got to decide. This is where you got to decide if you want it to be a soft or a firm type of suspension. Are you going to use only the black, only the white, or a combination of the black and white? And so if you look here on the directions, we're going to go with the medium, right? The medium says you're going to use one thin washer on each side. So we're going to go with that. So Bernie can take one white washer and we'll put that on each side. So the washers go in first, okay? And then these little rings are gonna go and kind of, there's a space where they kind of fit in. And actually, you're gonna see like there's, if you look, there's kind of like this piece, a smaller piece, that goes inside the grip, right? That little bump has to go inside the grip.
Like so.
Like so.
In Exhibit A.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that right there?
So yeah, that piece right here has to go inside of the grip. And there are four little notches that this little shim kind of like sticks on, and you just got to kind of like push it in there until it kind of stays put.
Kind of like so. So that's one grip.
Okay, one's down.
It's all
so
about.
We won't be using the black, but if you wanted to get like a, if you wanted to go for a medium soft, you would use one white, one black, and they tell you which one to put it on. I don't know how they figure that out. That's pretty amazing though, that they've been able to just figure out that you can adjust your grip suspension based on just a washer that is thick or thin. I mean, that's pretty amazing. If this thing works.
That's why you pay $90.
That's why you pay.
Because the guys had R&D.
They R&D and figure this stuff out.
And they say, you, Mr. Consumer, you owe me $90.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the next step in the process. So we're at number 5 now, right?
Yeah.
We've repeated all the steps, and now we just have to put the lock-on clamps. And they want you to align the grip sleeve with the pockets in the clamp and press together while twisting back and forth.
Okay.
So I guess you see like inside of this, you see like there's these indentations right here. That's gonna match up with this. Okay.
So we're gonna match it up like so.
Somebody getting some text messages.
I know.
And then you just want to kind of like, kind of push it back and forth until it kind of sits in there. And it might take a little bit of, you might have to kind of like,
okay,
because I'm sure it's probably a pretty snug fit, right? It's not going to be a fit that's going to kind of be loose.
Yeah.
So you just got to kind of like do your best to line up. Is there any, on the grip itself, is there any, yeah, they're all the same, right?
Yeah.
I was wondering if one was different because of the gap, but You might want to loosen that maybe. Is that...
I don't know.
Try loosen it a little bit more because it's a little snug. So maybe that has...
Well, let's see.
Well, I guess just put it in enough that it just gets in there just a little bit.
Yeah, because it just went like that.
Okay.
And then this guy. Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
Ooh, that looks pretty good. All right, so now what you want to do is you want to match, right? So where the screws are, you want to match it to the same side. Like you want to have like, or at least I think the screws you want them to line up.
Yeah.
Release the hounds.
Okay.
There's the girls. Hello, girls.
Hello, girls.
Hello, girls. Hello, girls.
Hello.
Hello, girls. Oh, goodness. Poor thing. You just hit your head.
Oh, no worries. She's solid. Pitbull, solid. Solid, Kev, solid.
All right.
Like a rock. Okay, let's...
Okay. You feel you got it lined up pretty good?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we basically what you got to do is you see how the screw is there, and you kind of just want, it's not going to match up where the screw is going to be screwed on the same side, right?
Yeah.
They're opposite, but they just have to line up so that this can be on the bottom of the bars, right? So that's what it should kind of look like, in which you have, you know, this is there, and if we just turn it straight around, you know, it's kind of like it matches, and that's all you need to do. And so Bernie's just putting that last one on there, and we're almost done.
We are almost done.
Because it's just a matter of then clamping it down.
Somehow this guy is like stubborn right here. Like, you see how that one's they flush like that?
Yeah.
And this one's still like, it's giving me a bad time, dude.
Yeah, so it does take a little bit of persuasion, right, to get it in, but basically that's kind of what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
You go. Oh, a little bit still.
Still.
Does that thing have to be loosened at all? It's pretty loose already, huh?
It's almost out already.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, look.
Can I try swap them? Try pull that one off and try see if the other side, for some whatever reason, you know how sometimes.
Right. Yeah, because
see if you can get that one on first, then.
Look.
That one went on easy.
Like super easy.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Okay, so this guy is almost like 180 off. Yeah? There. Ta-da!
There you go. Okay. So basically you just want the screws on the bottom, right? Or lined up like this. You just want them lined up so that they are on the bottom part of the grip. And that's what that looks like. And then the next step, oops, put that over there. We don't need those. We don't need that. All right, the next step is we're going to, so all bolts should be on the bottom of the grip, and we got that.
Yeah.
Carefully slide the grips over the handlebar by holding the outer clamp, making sure the insert ring fits around the handlebar, and do not tighten the clamp bolts. So you want to make sure you hold on to the outer one so that it doesn't pop off when you put it on.
Correct.
Okay, there you go. Okay, and step number 7, you're going to insert the bar end. And so we have 2 bar ends here. So we're going to insert the bar end into the handlebar and tighten with the 3mm hex while firmly pressing inward. This will expand the rubber to fit inside the handlebar. So the bar end must be tight and flush against the handlebar.
Got it. So
you come on this side.
So that's in there. So if I go a little bit at a time like this. Oops.
Oops.
Uh-oh. Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Okay. So this.
So you need that cap to be flush with the bars.
Okay. Now I've taken up the slack so I can actually
Eyeball them to make them straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that look straight to you?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Because, hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
That's pretty good.
Okay. So, we hold this guy like this. And tighten this guy down.
Okay, so you want to secure this in flush with the bar. Make that tight. And then the next step is you're going to position the clamp bolts downward under the grip, right? Because we don't want to see the clamp bolts, right? They're going to be under the grip. And pull the inner clamp outward toward the bar end. And then you're going to torque the outer clamp bolt to 15 inch pound? What? I don't know what that is. 1.7 Newton meters. We don't have a torque.
We don't have torque wrench.
We don't have a torque. So we're going to try to like guess it. This is where we kind of need like, maybe park tools to be like, hey guys, let's outfit your garage with all the parts you need.
Yeah.
Okay, now we don't want to make this too tight now. Remember, we needed that space. So this can't be like super tight. So remember, if we looked at the instructions,
Yes.
right? Gap is good.
Gap is good.
No gap
is no
bad.
good.
Okay?
Okay.
Right? And then you're going to pull the inner clamp outward towards the bar end, ensuring there are no gaps between the grip sleeve and the clamp. And then you're going to torque that down.
Okay, so
basically, you put it on, you flush it to the end, torque this down, push this as tight as possible so that there's no gaps, and then you torque that sucker down. And then that's it.
kind of dark. I can't see anything.
Okay, let me get out the trusty
flashlight.
flashlight.
I want to make sure that there's
flashlight a gap. With the cell phone.
And it's tight. There's a gap.
There's a gap between the grip and the clamp?
Yep. Okay.
I mean, there's a gap here? No, yeah?
No.
But there's a gap in between that thing, right? Yeah. Gap is good.
Since we're talking about gap is good, but still
loose.
Yeah. Still loose.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, this thing just popped. Oh, the whole thing just popped right out. Yes. Look at that. The whole thing popped out.
So we need to this thing needs to, the proper torque.
Yeah. So this is where a torque wrench really would have been handy right now. I've been wanting to get a torque wrench.
Me too. I mean, I got one, but it's not the one that we need.
Yeah. I've been looking at the Park Tool one, but didn't really have it's an $80 part or tool, and it's oh man.
I know. Well, think about it this way, Kev. These grips cost $90.
That is true.
Right? And
that is true.
If we can get the proper torque,
these $90 grips are for nothing.
Yeah. They are.
Okay, can you see underneath to see if you still got a gap?
Let me see. Wait, hold on. Yeah, still get gap.
Still get gap?
Yeah.
And then maybe you got to do something with maybe the outside don't need as much, or maybe I don't know.
Well, we just go a little bit. Yeah. Okay, hold on now. This guy we'll just let you go over there. Okay, that means it's not tight enough yet. You see how I can still move that?
You can still move them.
I can still move them and get a gap over here.
So even though this is a pretty relatively easy install, I mean, for as grips goes, these are complicated, right? Because grips, you just usually just shoot some alcohol or hairspray or whatever people have used before WD-40, and then you can slide that sucker on, and you're good to go. Just put it in place.
I think we good. Ken.
But this one, we just had to kind of like tighten that stuff up a little bit.
We gotta put this guy.
Put in the shims and all that stuff. So it is complicated, a little bit more, but not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that
okay,
bad.
So let's see if we can get this a little bit higher so I can see it.
Okay, wait, let me put this on the stand.
Okay.
And let me get this Allen wrench bolt. And we can take care of that guy first.
Oh, there's two there's in the back over there.
Okay.
Okay, so this one, I don't want it to be, obviously, if you go too high, you risk like that thing like getting cracked if it has to flip over, but I think I want to do it.
Okay, let me get this thing threaded.
And then I'm going to come around once you get that threaded in there.
Wait, what happened?
Oh.
Somehow it's like not.
Oh, it's not catching?
Yeah.
Maybe I just got to help squeeze it?
Okay, wait. Hold on. I think we'll start it from there because I can totally
see it. That makes sense.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. So let's, too tight.
Sorry.
Too tight. Okay. Too little bit. Okay. How close is this? As close as it can go to that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Okay, that's good like that.
That's good.
Try that.
Alrighty.
You're kind of tightening the power thing.
The power thingy.
Power thing that shows you what pedal assist you're in as well as your speed.
I don't like to go too much because I don't like crack this thing.
We don't want to go. Yeah. Okay, so we got that going.
Now, where was this guy?
Put the brakes in.
Hold on.
Yeah, you can do something like that, right there.
Oops.
Oops.
Take it easy, Grips.
Let's not lose those guys.
Okay.
Somewhere like that.
You know, like cinch these guys, like kill them because in case you hang, you know.
I came back to my garage where this was, and it actually had fallen somehow on its own.
Wow.
And I was a little worried.
How this bad boy?
This one was just close to this. Wherever this, I mean, I don't know how close that can, I don't know how close that can go, but it was just that where you can just,
Yeah, because the bot, you see how it turned already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
Something like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Because I can always adjust that too later on.
Yeah.
How's them? You can see them?
I can see them. I just need the right tools. Because this bad boy, she takes a little larger size of Allen. Okay. So that guy ain't going nowhere. Ooh, cool. Wow. Next.
Oh, that kind of actually feels pretty good.
Doesn't it?
I'm kind of liking that.
All right.
Okay, so same thing.
Let me try to.
We're gonna make sure that that's on the bottom.
Okay.
All right, and it slides right in. And then, oh, let me get the bar end. Here is the other bar end. And 3.
This. Dude, it comes with its own tools.
Comes with its own Allen key. Look at that.
Okay, so I come in the light for you.
So that one will turn a little bit.
Right there.
Yeah, right around there. Somewhere around there.
Okay. Let me see if I can. Let me take up the slack. Man, you gotta
tighten that sucker down pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it spin too.
No, this thing.
No, this would spin too. It's now not where it was before.
Okay. Let me get this guy back in first.
Before I lose that.
Before we lose this. Okay. Now, that guy'd spin.
Yeah. A little bit. Right there. Now the trick is to hold that.
Right.
And tighten that, lock that thing down. Because, yeah, that thing has to be really, really tight. So, again, bar ends go in, tighten them up, lock them down so that
your grips don't fly
grips
off.
don't fly off. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And these guys are going to go in, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to tighten this one first. So yeah, maybe the next tool
torque
is
wrench.
gonna have to be a torque wrench.
I think so. I mean,
it's a good tool to have, right?
It is.
Like, I mean, it's always good to like torque your bolts to the specified, rating or whatever.
Yeah.
Foot pounds or however they measure.
Newton meters.
Newton meters.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys, anyone out there, do you guys have a torque wrench for this kind of stuff? How often do you use it? And which one do you guys have? Is it worth getting the Park Tool one? Is there another one that is just as good, but maybe a little cheaper? I don't know.
I want to say...
Let me come around this side.
I want to say that,
Actually, here, I will sit on this guy.
Yeah, you hold this bad boy, and I line this guy up as best as I can, so I can get this guy on the bottom. Yeah, I mean, once in a lifetime you're gonna do this,
Well, for the grips, yeah, but then I'm thinking like, you can use that for like bolts for the brakes. You can use it for bolts for the stem. You can do it.
That's true.
I
think like for me, if I had carbon parts like the mountain bikes.
True. For carbon, if you're dealing with carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Because you definitely don't want to over torque.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber bolts and screws and whatnot to you don't want to break that.
Yeah. After you spend big bucks. Because those things aren't cheap, man.
That is true.
They're not cheap. And even if you are sponsored, you need one tech that kind of know what he's doing.
Oh.
Not one guy like me. It's like, carbon people, I need another bars because I crack my bar. I make them too tight.
And you want to be too loose.
Brah. How's that?
And what? Still get gap.
Still get gap.
Gap is good.
Gap is good.
Gap is good.
Right?
Can't see, but gap good.
Yeah, gap.
Gap. All right. So we can get the throttle next. Let me just see where this should go.
I gotta find out which Allen is required to tighten that guy.
I think right there is pretty good.
All right. I'll be right with you, sir, as soon as I can find the right tool. Okay. Okay. Is that where you want it?
Like a little bit up. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, how's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
And now we just got to get this. So someplace like that.
Just squeeze them. Just hold them down. That's where you like them. Right there.
Yeah. I don't know anyone else who has a Zeus. If you had any problems with your brakes, they had like some issue at one point. It was all over like, you know, the message boards or Facebook or whatever, where people were having problems with their brakes. I needed to bleed the rear brake.
Was it spongy?
Once it was spongy. It just wouldn't, like, you'd squeeze it and nothing would happen. And I brought it down to the local bike shop, had them bleed it, and it was fine after that. But I guess they're not known for like having the best brakes, but they're pretty, I don't know, they're all right. But this feels good, man.
Doesn't it?
How you like them grips?
I love it. They're sexy.
Pretty good.
Wow. Yeah. They're what they are. They're grippy.
I'm interested to take this on the road and just kind of see, you know, suspension wise, like, do these things do what they're supposed to do? Are they supposed to give you a little bit of, you know, cushion?
Dude, bring them school tomorrow.
You know? I have actually ridden this to school a couple of times. I haven't in a while, but I definitely have ridden this to school.
You caught up over there.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, but I don't know. Yes, next we got to try it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
When
It's too dark. It is definitely too dark right now to do a test ride.
But they're installed.
Well, that we can film.
Right.
We're still gonna ride this.
Yeah, in the dark.
We're gonna ride this in the dark.
In the dark.
In
man.
the dark.
If we gotta put our headlamps on, like the Chronics.
Yeah. All right, guys, that is how to install Rev Grips on your bike. Check them out. I'll have a link in the description where you can pick one up yourself. But right now, I don't know how they are, so we're gonna have to wait until we can get a good daylight ride in so we can test them out. But they look good. They feel good.
They look good. They feel good, man.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're worth the 90
bucks.
We will let you know in another video whether or not we think these things are worth it or not.
Are worth 90 bucks? Nah. Styling, hoy.
Hey, if you stuck around this long, consider liking, and if you're not a subscriber, we'd love to have you join our little community. And oh, there went my camera bag with all my stuff in it. Some ghost knocked that thing off the
Aloha.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.